Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another live commentary. This is of the movie from 2001, a sequel to Kiss the Girls from the 90s. It stars, and even better than the original, yeah, it is. And that is Along Came a Spider with Morgan Freeman and Monica Potter. It also has Michael Wincott, Penelope Ann Miller, and Michael Moriarty. So let's get things started. It's an hour and 43 minutes, so I want to get this party started. I know I said 11:30, but I'm like, yeah, I got up early today. I want to get this done. Join me in the chat. Yeah, there you are, Little Sims, like clockwork. I saw this movie once a couple years ago. I don't like the twist at the end, but it is what it is. This is the insert when I'm waiting. This kind of gives it away. In this insert, when the insert can give it away, the game is far from over. To me, the main villain should have been Michael Wincott in this movie. You didn't need two villains. This is the opening credits. Because he's a good actor and he's really intimidating here. He's really creepy. He has a face mask and all that. Penelope Ann Miller, gorgeous woman, kindergarten cop, Relic. The Dylan Baker, he's a good actor. He was going to be the Lizard in Spider-Man, but then they recast Michael Moriarty. I just saw him last year in Q the Winged Serpent, which was fun to do a podcast for. I made a playlist of your live commentaries. Good. What I recommend, Little Sims, go back and watch my Tomcats one. You're gonna get a kick out of it because I'm licking my lips almost the entire time because that movie has a lot of gorgeous women in it. And I know you hit puberty, so that would be right up your alley if you're into that sort. The casting is a woman, Denise Chamayan. Or Chamian, I don't know. Jerry Goldsmith, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. Most of the actors are still alive, even Morgan Freeman, and he's old. He's really old. This film is a thriller, something I haven't done in a while. So I've mostly done comedies, animated films, and action films, but I haven't done a thriller. Mm-hmm. Hair is very soft. I love hair. I love touching hair on a woman. This is based on a James Patterson novel. I love a full head of hair because it feels soft like a puppy, and it's really cuddly. Just like look at Haley Steinfeld's hair. No matter what hair color it is, if it's soft and shiny and fluffy, I want it. Lee Tamahori directed this movie. I know he wants to feel her down there. Really? Is that the one that I came to, or you mentioned? No, I don't think you knew me in early. It was in 2021. It's called Tomcats. Look it up on my channel. Yep, he's gonna force a woman to do a BJ, just like the movie Blonde. He's such a good actor, man. Morgan Freeman. This man could be sitting down and reading, and he's so good. That's why I did this movie, because he's a black man. I didn't like Kiss the Girls. He was good in it, but Ashley Judd is such a victim in that movie. It's so depressing. It's not fun. Yep, right in the crotch area, baby. Oh, that CGI looks bad. Yeah, that's the worst effect in the movie. I admit that. The first 5 minutes, but it didn't take me out of the film because it was before 9/11, guys. Remember that. Little Sims, you could see this movie, but with an adult because it's R-rated. It's not PG-13, and it's pretty violent. That opening was just that crash. It looked worse than Doctor Strange. At least that movie looked really good. The effects when his hands are getting crushed and he gets into the car accident here, it looked like a cutscene from a PS2 game. I set up more live commentaries. Yeah, I know. Next Friday and all that. Yeah. Again, that looks really dated. Everything else in the movie looks good. The makeup effects, the gore, the violence. Yeah. Yep, I know Morgan Freeman. I know that wrecked it ruined him. That scarred him. He couldn't save the girl. It's like in the beginning of Cliffhanger, another movie I need to do a commentary for. In the fall, in the spring though. I'm not doing it in the fall, or I mean in the winter. Just winter's too long, man. It's 9 degrees out today. 9. Oh, I miss him. I miss. Oh, that was Anton Yelchin. Yes, he spoke Russian in this movie. Rest in peace, Anton Yelchin, man. Live long and prosper. Thank you, man. Yeah, he was a kid in this movie. He was such a good kid, man. I miss him a lot. He was good as Chekhov in those Star Trek movies. Thank you, J.J. Abrams, for not wasting him. And I can't blame Justin Lin. He didn't know that he was going to die in a car accident. Poor guy. Yes, that is the guy from Twilight. Michael Wincott's doing a fake British accent. Just in case you. Oh, this opening is still way better than freaking Eternals. When the kid when they go to England, I'm like, you lost me, movie. You lost me. 20 minutes into the movie and you lost me already. They didn't even get to the first scene with the gay couple, and I was already lost. I thought they were brothers or something. Charles Lindbergh. Non-stop. What do I look like, Charles Lindbergh? This is when they had the internet age in 2001. Yeah, he's creepy. He's like creeping around this girl's. Ooh, it gives you the chills, especially back then. That poor kid. He probably was going to be Spider-Man. I think if Anton Yelchin had not passed away, he would have gotten the role of Spider-Man instead of Garfield or Tom Holland. He probably would have. Michael Jordan, yeah. You have a message. She is so cute. He's a good kid, man. I didn't even mind him in the Smurfs. He wasn't the problem. He saw two deer. This is what kids did to each other before they DM'd each other. Yeah, I know you know that term, little Sim. If an old man says that to you, run. Don't ever do it unless he's the principal or something. But even then, you can't be too careful when it comes to older guys with little girls because she's a little girl. She's not like 18. Funny story about Nickelodeon. Teen Nick has been airing Henry Danger all last year. Yeah, I know because Danger Force is still on the air for some reason, even though half of the cast is different in it. Honor code. That little girl is probably gorgeous now because this was over 20 years ago. So, what? Who's this actress again? Um, Not Penelope. Let me see who she is. I'll be back. Hold on. I beg your pardon. His British accent's not so bad. Along came a spider. It's Mika Boomerin. This movie's on HBO Max, so you can watch it there. Ooh, she's 35 years old now. Wow. She began as a child actress. She was in Touched by an Angel, Ally McBeal. Yeah, that is terrifying. He tried to take her, he tried to kidnap her. That means in 2001, she was like, she's 2 years younger than me. So she was, in 2001, I was 16. So she was like 13 or 14 when she did this. Yeah, this movie is super dark, Little Sim. So if you do see this film, this is super dark. It's not a kid's film. This is like the worst episode of To Catch a Predator, but way more violent. Because he's a predator. He preys on young girls. He's like a Weinstein, but even more violent Weinstein. Weinstein just touched women. He didn't beat them up or strangle a woman. No, he was just feeling them up because he can't keep it in his pants. And Monica Potter, you'll know her. She was in Con Air. She was Nicolas Cage's pregnant wife in that movie. She did good in that, even though she was kind of underused. Here, she's in it a lot, but I don't like what they do with her character in the third act. I just thought it was not needed. I'm doing a live commentary for Uncharted. I don't have the movie yet. I want to get it because I enjoyed it on Netflix last year. God, you're a beautiful woman. And I keep telling Hollywood, please stop casting these gorgeous women as villains because I don't know if I should be intimidated by them or attracted to them. Unless they're Kate McKinnon, then you lose because she's always a loss. He's stealing computers. Yeah, those computers are not worth anything. I'm not going to see this until I'm 17. Yeah, I guess, or you can see it with your parents. Because I saw a lot of R-rated films when I was a kid, and with my parents. Well, my either my parents or my uncle and aunt. Movies like this and Ransom are terrifying. They're more terrifying than the next Scream is going to be because the Ghostface is going to be in New York. Interesting premise, but if they do like a Friday the 13th Part 8 and he's not in New York, it's a lie. I'm turning 15 this year. I know. That's the woman that was in the Friday movie. She was Craig's mom. She's always been a gorgeous woman. She was Dee in the Wayans Brothers show. Mm. Yeah. He has those dots on his cheeks. Like, he's a good actor, man. Really good actor. Are there Bintos in this movie? No. Michael Wincott does a fake British accent because he's Canadian. Mm-hmm. Oh, that makeup is really well done. That is terrifying. Ooh, this movie just gives me the chills, and I don't even have a daughter yet. But if I did, or if I adopted a girl or a boy, yeah, it beats. Yeah, I would keep them away from weirdos like that. You should have shredded it or burn it. Ooh, Yeah. So he's changing his voice with a voice modulator. Hmm. Did you say stuff out of anger in your Bring It On live? Yes, because I was very stressed out, Little Sims. I had a long, long winter. You didn't have to go out and let yesterday in 20, 12-degree weather. Hmm. Wow. Movie still gives me chills, even though it came out when I was a teenager in 2001. Yeah, he's Alex Cross. They did a reboot with Tyler Perry, and that didn't work because he's not intimidating. You know what? I don't want to talk about Little Sims. What we was talking about before, because I want to have a new conversation instead of just bringing back old things that we spoke about last year in 2021. We're almost 20 minutes in, and I feel chills already. J.O. Sanders, yeah, I remember him from Angels in the Outfield. A shoe. That's fine. This movie is very adult, just like Ransom when I did that last year, or Hostage, which I need to do that one. Hmm. She's yummy. Ooh. Is Miami Blue darker than this? Miami Blues. Uh, no, that's a little bit lighter. This one's way more dark because that movie, Alec Baldwin does die at the end, but it's not as it has a sense, kind of a sense of humor to it a little bit. This is so super dark. Thanks. There's Penelope Ann Miller. It's got a really good cast. See, you don't need Brits to tell a story. All they do is fake an American accent, or their accent takes me out of the movie. It does. It almost does every single time. Oh, this thing is so heavy. Damn, so heavy. I gotta take some things out of here. These cards, I'm gonna take them out. This will at least reduce the weight a little bit. Much better. When the whippoorwill whippers in the wind can whip her back. On the rich and chubby baby. Mm-hmm. This man. This doesn't fit me anymore, so yeah, there we go. Much better. Because I had a lot of birthday cards I can give out soon. Those eyes, just oof, cold eyes. Bounce. Center leaves Nick. But every day gets renewed for a fifth season. Again, because you don't need the creator to continue the show. The creator of SpongeBob's been dead for years and they're still doing that show to this day. Yeah. Hmm. And the CGI was terrible. She's she can't even move. No, he's terrifying. Wincott is way more intimidating. That's why I think he should have stayed. He should have been the only villain in the movie. Hmm. Yep, he's a Harvey Weinstein, all right, and way creepier because he's younger. No, Dan Schneider didn't do the Thundermans because Henry Danger was he did that and Sam Cat, but not Thundermans was another creator. I think it was one of his producers. Plus, Alex Cross 2012 was a PG-13, so it didn't stand a chance of being as good as this. And this editing is horrendous. Why? Because Tyler Perry's not an action star. Sorry, Hollywood, but he'll never be an action star. He's about as much of an action star as Liam Hemsworth was, who also was a failure. Let me see who created the Thundermans. It wasn't. It wasn't. Jed Springarn. He created the show. He created Thundermans, Big Time Rush, and Back at the Barnyard, the TV show. He also did Jimmy Neutron as well. So it wasn't Dan Schneider. Matt Flankenstein was one of Dan Schneider's producers. He did Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn, which I didn't watch that either. Because those shows are not for me. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm an adult. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Megan, same name of the as that little girl robot thing in the movie that came out in January. Game Shakers had a cliffhanger ending. Of course it did, because those kids were never going to do another show series, and the pandemic would have stopped it in production anyway. So it is what it is. Yep, the kooks. Anyone can cook. Did you hear about the Academy's new Best Picture diversity rules that are supposed to start next year? Whatever. Well, who needs them? They have to have people of color to be in a film every year now. They're forcing it. Yep, it's connected all right, especially nowadays. Look, COVID mask. They're wearing a COVID mask. Yep, take a look at this cliche. Hey Josh, what's up? You just made it. We're 32 minutes in. Wait, one thing at a time, guys. Henry Danger had a yeah. Basically, starting next year, they're going to make films featuring women, people of color, LGBT, or disabled being front runner. I don't care, guys. I'm not any of those things. I'm a person of color, but I don't have to shove it in people's faces. Who needs them? I told you I'm done with their woke agendas. I'm done with affiliations. Sorry, I'm done. They're doing that because if they do another Oscars where just a bunch of white people win, they're gonna say it's racist. I'm like, it's a freaking award show. It's not freaking the everything. Some people win the Oscars and they get forgotten. Look at Mira Sorvino. She won an Oscar and she never lived up to it. Sorry. Yep, that's Bella's father from Twilight, Billy Burke. Here he can act. In those movies, he was just stuck in a bad situation. What's next? The first gay director to win an Oscar. I don't care. I told you I'm done with affiliations. After that Last of Us episode, I said I was done. Okay, I can still see Harley Quinn because it's a cartoon. Don't care if they lick each other's hoo ha. That's not. I'm not gonna do that. It's a cartoon. Can't hurt me. But with Last of Us, I don't need gay. I don't need Grizzly Adams, the gay version, in my freaking show. I watch it for Pedro Pascal. You guys know that. I watched 3 episodes in. I'm not gonna quit now. We're not even halfway. We still got 6 more. 6. We're only about a third of the way through. My sister and me. We're watching the show. So Bill Gates, yeah, Einstein, Will Smith, yeah, before the hit, and O.J. Simpson, yeah, all for diversity and equality, which means that no race should be treated or even implied lesser than others. What they'll be doing to Caucasians if this happens. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not Caucasian. You saw there's the guy from the Doors, John Morrison or Jim Morrison, Muhammad Ali. There's a lot of famous people on the wall. You can't force diversity. Velma did that and it failed. Yeah, it's a failure. It's not getting a second season. So JFK, Lincoln, Charles Lindbergh. Man, Monica Potter's face is so lickable, man. Yes, I said that. Say in your Jumanji commentary, one of the few things I don't like is the CGI. I know the CGI is bad. Some of it, mainly the running rhinos, the elephants, and the monkeys. I get it. It was 1995. This also has a bad CG moment in the beginning, and it's only the first 4 minutes where the car crashes. It looks like a video game. Anyway, yeah, it's bad CG. I can handle it if it's not for the entire film, because Jumanji still had great practical effects, makeup effects, and Robin Williams was really there. It wasn't some. It's not like Avatar where everything is CGI, and I mean everything. The water, the creatures, the freaking trees, the mountains, the grass, the freaking lights. Everything is fake. James Cameron filmed that in his basement in a freaking soundstage during COVID, and I'm like, yeah, how dare you? He went to a swimming pool and filmed it. Whoop de freaking doing? You made over $2 billion to do the same freaking movie, but let's just steal from Aquaman. So he has a pill. The CG on the Rock and the Moon Returns, what I've seen in it, yeah, that it's still the one of the worst. That's why I haven't done a podcast for that movie, because I'm going to do the original Scorpion King movie. How come they didn't make a sequel to this? They tried to, Little Sims, and you spell things wrong. You put squeal. Sequel is Sequel, not squeal. Sequel. Let me spell it. Sequel is spelled. I mean, you're 14. I think you would be able to spell that. I'll write in the chat so you guys know I'm alive. You read that? That's what it is. Sequel is spelled like that. And Bento, not Bento. Bento sounds like a car. Or Pinto. That's a car as well. It's Binto. Binto. Because the practical effects like that pelican, it looks way better than the CG in anything in Avatar or The Way of Water. A squeal is a high-pitched sound people and animals make. A sequel is a continuation of a story. They tried to do the Alex Cross movie, but without Morgan Freeman, and it failed because it had Tyler Perry and bad editing and Matthew Fox as the main villain. And I'm like, yeah, and it's not scary because it's PG-13. The first two films, at least, were R-rated. I wasn't a big fan of Kiss the Girls because I don't like Ashley Judd. Now we know why she didn't get a lot of roles, because Weinstein was all up in her grill. What were you saying about my question? No, it's sequel, not squeal. They did a reboot a few years later, and plus, after 9/11, it was hard for dark movies like this to get made. Ask any director, because when 9/11 happened, they barely did movies about terrorism for a long time. Mm-hmm. The Spider. Mm-hmm. Prosthetics, not CG. You said that they're trying to make a sequel to this. Well, they didn't. They were going to do it, but then 9/11 happened, so the movie got postponed for 10 years in developmental hell. And then they did Alex Cross 2012 without Morgan Freeman, and it bombed. That's the story. Excuse me. Pretty decent thriller. Yeah, it's a good thriller. Except for the twist ending, I just don't like the twist. It feels like a Shyamalan twist. That Now open Little Sim video game store. Tell me what you think. I don't know. The Coast Guard. They're like the police of the water. How come you didn't classic? You didn't. The master kidnapper. I said, why didn't you respond to the comment? Because I have no idea what he's talking about. You guys are so twisted in your head. I don't know what you're saying. Talk in plain English. Stop putting these emoticons. I don't speak binary code, guys. Just plain American English. Don't put things in ebonics that I don't understand. Sorry. I don't know why people like to talk in binary codes. Yeah, Dylan Baker did this before Spider-Man because this was 2001. Yeah. I would recommend this. If you haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max, so you can watch it for free if you have that streaming service. I think it's also on Paramount Plus as well. Nice joke, by the way, classic film. It's not a joke when I don't know what the hell you're saying. Your jokes are weird. I don't understand them. They're in ebonics and in emoticons, and I don't speak like that. I do like the beach, but I don't go to the beach in the freezing weather. I go in the spring and summer when it's hot. How much battery power do I have? We're 43 minutes in. We're about a third of the way through. 71%. You know, he should have tied her up instead of letting her loose. It's like in Commando when they do tie up Alyssa Milano's character, but then she gets loose, of course, because these villains are. Yeah, I'm gonna go out a lot next week when I don't have to go through this cold again. Yeah, I'm gonna hide this comment. I don't. You guys are weird. I am never dealing with the disabled again after this year. I mean it. When my brother leaves, out. I'm gonna snap you away. If you no more autistic people on this thing. So Josh, you can stay, but no more. If you're weirdos that talk in ebonics and shit, don't even bother coming. Just saying, guys. Baby Boy made a thing at the box office. Are you gonna check that out? I will, but it's long, so I'm gonna wait. Because, like I said, no more. Because you guys are weird. You say things that I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's why I'm not autistic, guys. I may act like it, but I don't. I have an attention disorder. I have a condition. But I have to keep my focus on this. Not the chat, not some freaking stupid comments on after this is posted. No. I want to do this to entertain these people. Because, like I said, Evan sometimes joins my chat, but he's fine because he's respectable. He doesn't say stupid shit on here. Sorry. There's jokes, and then this is not a joke. This movie's not funny. There's not one joke in this entire movie. Why? Because it's an adult film. They're special, yeah, but you act weird in the chat, and I don't know what the fuck you're saying. I'm hiding this too. Sorry. Josh, you can stay because we've been through this already. We've been through enough already to know we know each other well. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who he is. That's why the Scorpion King. I'm staying. I'm keeping that decision. I'm not gonna let the chat be on. That way, I can do it with no distractions. I already have to deal with an autistic uncle. I don't have to deal with it anymore. I'm tired. Damn. She's trying to swim to shore to safety. Let me just focus on the film. Yep, you have to kill that guy. You're not autistic, little Sims. You're fine. Just don't do what he did. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm sorry. The beaches and I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Offensive? I've been offensive since the day I started YouTube. But people just don't get it. I can't tolerate certain people. I just can't. I said no affiliations, and that's affiliations. Because then they have to deal with their baggage of their freaking out and all that. I already have an uncle that goes through that, and he wasn't born that way. He had an accident, and he became autistic when he was 12. I didn't even know that until my mom told me. I never licked plastered in my life. My brain works. Sorry. Because it's too much. You guys are weird. You say things on the chat that make no freaking sense. Some people on the spectrum are not for me. I don't have spectrum. I have optimum. There's a joke for you. Sheesh. People don't want me to be controversial, but they always got to come up here saying weird things. If it has nothing to do with the movie, don't even talk. Sorry. Unless it's like, what's my next commentary going to be? What time is it? 11:02, yeah. No more. I'm tired of it. It's like the gay shit I have to deal with on HBO Max. After The Last of Us, I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see it again. Got it? It better not be in the True Lies show because I already said I was done last year. I said no more affiliations. 2023 is where affiliations go to die. That's where it goes. Because I'm tired of it. Me being heterosexual, that's the only affiliation I'm involved in. Why? Because it's not something I'm shoving in people's faces. They know I'm heterosexual and they don't have to question me. Ever question me. YouTube has no problem with my algorithm because I'm an adult, not some kid or person that's off his meds doing something like this. It's been held for a review, trust me. I don't know what the hell he's saying. And let me just remove him for now. Oh, that's it for now. Because I don't need it. It's not a joke. When I don't get it, it's not a joke. What time? How much time we're in? We got 50 minutes in. I say weird things too, but this is my chat. You want to do your own chat? Get your own live commentary. At least Little Sim does that. The chat is not freedom of speech. If you say some weird shit, you're going to be blocked. It's that simple. I'm not playing games, guys. I am not bullshitting around in 2023. Once my brother's gone, that's it. That's the end of an era. I don't do with any more trolls on here. No more. I don't care if one person watches me or 4,000. If you're being disrespectful, you're going to get yours. It's that simple. Talking weird shit. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Okay. It wasn't Little Sims this time, Josh. It was Classic Film Collector. I'll show yours. True Lie, yeah. True Lies, the only affiliation is an Asian girl being there. That's not an affiliation, Josh. She's Asian because she's the girl. She was the girl in She-Hulk. She's not going to be twerking in this. She's not going to be running her mouth or saying stupid meta jokes. It's going to work. Hopefully, it'll be fun and not another. Trust no one, tell no one. You know, being Asian is not an affiliation. It's if they're being Asian and they're queer, then it's an affiliation. And yes, I do know she's bisexual. I don't care. I'm not dating her. Ginger Gonzaga, she's Asian. She's Filipina. At this point, I don't care because at the end of the day, once a woman gets a taste of me, trust me, they won't want to go to anything else. Trust me on that one, guys. Once you've had the J Rod, yeah, you won't need to find other options. Why are people so weird? It's like the pandemic turned people into psychopaths. I'm going to steal toilet paper and hand sanitizers in Target and Best Buy and Walmart. Why? It's not the end of the freaking world. You can get everything on the internet now. You don't need to even leave your home. I'm not leaving my home today. I chose to do this podcast. I didn't have to do it. I could stop right now if I wanted to, but I'm not. The movie's not over yet. When I get to the end credits, then it's over. It wasn't Little Sims this time. It was a Classic Film Collector. I'm sorry. He says weird shit that makes no freaking sense. Talk normal or don't come on here. Just don't. You're not welcome. Sorry. You're not. If you're not going to talk normal or give me a freaking paragraph, like 4 paragraphs, then it's a problem. Because like I said, I don't want to read too much. I told you that. What is it with these people? Like, they think that this is a professional commentary. If it was, I'd be with a director right now talking about this film. And they don't have a chat. They don't. That's why with Scorpion King, I'm keeping the chat off. That way nobody can bother me. Nobody. With Endgame, I'm going to monitor my thing. Anybody says anything weird, they're gone. I'm going to snap them before the movie even is over. Because I want to enjoy myself with that. It's like people in the theater when they talk when they're in the film on their phones. It's disrespectful to the film. Don't do that. Being Asian is not an affiliation. It's the strings attached to them that is. The Russian flag. Why do commentaries have to be such a freaking burden for me? All I want to do is watch rewatch a movie and enjoy myself, and then the chat sometimes it makes no freaking sense. This is why the chat was shut off last year for some of my podcasts. But forget about it. I don't always need it. I don't. There, that's a funny nickname. No, it's a name I've used before. COVID changed a lot of people. It did, and it made people just lose their freaking minds. It's like the isolation and isolated their brains. I already had that isolation way before the pandemic happened. I might act a certain way because of my autism. No, but you don't say weird things on here like beaches and emoticons. No, you don't talk in ebonics like that, Josh. He does because he's weird. Classic film collector. I don't know what the hell. His name is 88, and yet he wasn't born in 1988. That makes no freaking sense. I was around at that time. None of you guys were, and I lived through it. I was 3 in 1988. Russian. A camera. That would be like if you use a clip in one of your videos, Josh, that made no sense. That it was like you used a SpongeBob clip for a movie that's super dark. Like it wouldn't make any sense because it would just be out of place. You look a payphone, something that nobody uses anymore. This film has a lot of atmosphere. When you say weird things on the chat, I get taken out of it. That's why I'm never doing Eternals. I'm never doing Black Widow. I'm never doing music because I don't care. I don't care about that stereotype that they do of when they have people with a mental condition. I've been through it before. My uncle's like that. One of my uncles. Ooh, it was scary. At least in my commentaries and live streams, while I do answer questions, I react and talk about the movie. I use clips that make sense. Music, that movie insulted me. Yeah, it insults me too because it's not well made and there's nobody to look at. Who am I supposed to look at? Kate Hudson with her freaking lesbian haircut, like me? No. And the girl with her teeth are like this, like she's a beaver? No. If Felicity Jones did a role like that, it would make sense. She has big teeth. But Maddie Ziegler or whatever, she's not like that. I saw her in Austin and Alley. She's normal. Yes, I do overreact in some of my reviews, but it's really me. I don't have any quirks. And Morgan Freeman does a really good performance in this movie, and he was older here compared to like in Driving Miss Daisy and Seven and Shawshank Redemption, which I do need to see, but not until March because it's too long. It's like almost 3 hours, and I'm like, yeah, it could have been 2 hours. I like to make a lot of prison movies like over 2 hours long. There's no subtitles in the movie for some reason. She's like a blonde Julia Roberts that she reminds me of. And yes, Julia Roberts looks like my mom. She does. Every time I see her, she has that smile that my mom can light up. She lights up her room with that. Yeah, that's why I don't invite my family to these podcasts because the chat's too weird. Sometimes it's just yeah. In my stuff, it's also really me being who I am, and at least I make people laugh. Yeah, and your videos are short. You don't drone on for an hour and a half like some people do with glasses that don't know what the hell they're talking about. Some people just need help. They do. After the pandemic, I'm gonna get some therapy if I need it. After what I've been through, I need to talk to a counselor or something because I've been through so much shit. We're an hour in. We got 40 minutes left. So yep, she's gone. At least Anacondas 2, I'm doing that tomorrow. It's a lot shorter than this. It's about an hour and a half. Let me see. It's a 97 minutes, so it's a couple of minutes shorter. Because I wanted to do that last year for Halloween, but I'm like, nah, I can save it for another time. People just make this a lot harder than it needs to be. Just be respectful in the chat. If not, I shut it off. I have that option. That way I can do this and nobody can bother me. It's just me on the screen talking, and they can react after it's posted on YouTube. As long as I don't piss off YouTube, I'm fine. Because the chat's just a bunch of words. It can't hurt me. I've been called gay and fat and an asshole and all that, and I kept going. I don't let words destroy me. This was 14 in Canada? Wow. This ain't no 14 movie. This is an R rated. These are not easy to do, especially when I do them upstairs. Because if I put loud music, I'll get a copyright infringement. That's why when my why him, I had to delete it. Not because I was angry, because I couldn't see it. Because it was blocked because of Kiss music. I forgot that there was Kiss music in the freaking movie. Yeah, he's doing the Batman voice. It diamonds. Because Morgan Freeman's performance is subtle. That's something that people haven't been on the internet since March of 2020. It's like, I go on the internet. That's them. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't do that. I do that as a joke. Ice. Words bother me easily when I misinterpret them. But no, you didn't misinterpret it. With him, it's just he's doing Ebonics. I don't speak in Ebonics like that. I use slang, but not freaking emoticons. That's why, yeah, with Casting Film Collector, don't even come back if you're going to be weird. Just don't. Don't come back. I mean it. Or there will be consequences. Either be normal or don't come here. I'm not in the mood for jokes. This is not a comedy. This is a dead serious crime thriller, not a comedy. This isn't Hot Fuzz where there's jokes in it. This is not funny. This movie's dead serious. It's like making jokes during a Holocaust movie. You don't do that. It's not funny. There's a time and place for humor, and it's not in this movie. It's not. This film is shot really well, too. It looks like a film, except for that opening with the car crash, which looks god awful. The rest of the film looks really good because it's real locations, real cars, real people. None of this fakery that they do in Hollywood now. A lot of it just looks like a video game cutscene. Oh man, I'm tired. I'm taking a nap after this, so if you don't see me post for a while, you know why. Even that voice is frightening. It's like the Kylo Ren voice that the Riddler had in the. That would be like putting a joke in the Batman that doesn't need to be in there. That's one of the reasons I don't think in The Last of Us you don't need comedy. Don't put any more comedy in it. It's not comedic. The game is not funny. It's dead serious. When something's dead serious, don't throw in a joke. Unless it kind of leads his attention, I get that. But don't make a serious situation into a comedy. It doesn't work that way. If that was the case, every Best Picture winner would be a joke. That Deaf movie that came out last year, Parasite, don't put jokes in that movie. It's not funny. It's not. I don't know why some people think that the most messed up movies. That's like laughing in Blonde. If you laugh at that movie, then you're messed up. You're not autistic. You're a psychopath. Yeah. If anybody ever laughs at a movie like that, like Blonde or Showgirls, in scenes that are not supposed to be funny. Hmm. If this was made today, everybody would be on a cell phone or AirPods or something because nowadays people let technology take over their lives. They don't go out for walks anymore. Today, I can understand it's frigid air. But in the summertime, what's your excuses that you stay in the house all day? Everybody deserves air. Not be key the line. Yeah, even Morgan Freeman was wasted in movies. Look at Vanquish, one of the worst action movies I've ever seen in my life. There's a reason it got such a low rating on IMDb. It's horrible. It is. Ruby Rose is so lost in that movie, and she can't act. Never could act, but in that movie, you can definitely tell she can't act. She has that stoic face for the whole movie. It looks like a lesbian. Yeah, you get what you pay for, guys. I didn't see that movie in the theater. Oh God, no! I streamed it 2 years ago. It was like one of the worst experiences I ever had. I'm like, this woman can't act at all. At all. You are so yummy, Monica Potter. I can say that to any woman that's not a lesbian. Yeah, the girl in Scream 5 was a lesbian. Yeah, sorry, Josh, to burst your bubble, but she is. Not Jenna Ortega. She's yummy, wummy. I'm talking about the black girl in that movie. She's a lesbian, uh, a queer. I'm like, no, not for me. No, go away. I'd rather take my chances with Alexandra Shipp or Zazie Beetz because they're real women. They're not faux women. This is in Washington State, D.C. It's not New York City. Or the trains would be more packed. They're so yummy. Even in Con Air, when she does a southern accent and she's pregnant, I'm like, that makes me want her even more. It's the things that women do, and it's the things that they can do, and who and how they represent themselves that turns me on. They don't have to be porn stars. They don't. I don't like fake breasts and fake hoo-has and fake butts. I like the real deal. You don't need to try so hard to look beautiful. Later tonight, I'm seeing Lyle Lyle Crocodile alone, so I don't. The chat tank can't bother me with that one. Girls can do things in films and make an impression. Yeah, look at Caitlyn. Did Caitlyn have to have, breasts the size of a basketball to get my attention? No, she's a gorgeous girl with a big nose that I love, and it's natural. It's not like she did liposuction or something. No, she looks naturally gorgeous and has freckles. What do you think that does to me? It turns me on. I lose my shit. Look at that. That's a good shot. That is scary. See, that's why Wincott should have been the only villain in this movie. Naya was wearing fangs and her face was pink and she had a wig on and she's still gorgeous because she's feminine. There's none of this non-binary stuff. That's not hot to me. When a woman doesn't know what they are, look in the mirror and take a second look, and then tell me what you are. Huh? Fox 5, yeah. And even Michael Wincott, he can act. Even when he's not saying anything, his eyes tell the story more than dialogue could. We're almost done. An hour and 11 minutes. We're about 20 or 30 minutes left. This movie is not super gory, but it does get violent in the beginning of the film. I am not afraid to say how that when a woman's sexy or not, because I went to Comic Con twice, and I seen these women, and that would make your head spin. There's a Pepsi can in the background. Yeah, they didn't shove it in your face though, because the usually a product placement could be really distracting in a movie. Watch Mojo did a list of the top 10 scenes where product placement ruined the movie. I'm like, yeah, because it's not necessary. You don't have to shove it in my face. Granted, I disagree with World War Z, where uh, Brad Pitt takes a sip of Pepsi. I'm like, hey, it was thirsty. It was running for hours. That's going to eventually make you thirsty. Oh, I love thrillers like this. If Caitlin did a thriller like this but was not the victim, trust me, I would go see it. I could see this being successful. No girl doesn't need plastic surgery. No, you don't. If you're gorgeous, I want to look at you. I want to feet. I want to just examine you from head to toe. I want to explore your body. Yeah, not in the Harvey Weinstein way. I mean, with consent. Uh oh. Transparent people are not transparent. I can see right through them now. I have eyes and I have ears and I can read. I see a disturbed man. At least Classic Film Collector left. Good. I don't need it. I'm sorry. I don't need that. It's a terrible thing to waste too. Yeesh, I got chills. That's the only laugh in the entire movie, and it's not a joke. Megan's in the theater right now. It's a good performance. So was I. Yikes. So do a lot of other people in this decade. But I'm not going to say more than that. We're an hour and 17 minutes in. We're almost done. Come here, you beautiful. Yep, there it is. That movie should have ended right there, but no, it has to have a twist third act, which feels like a Shyamalan twist. It's a good shot, too. It could have ended right there. They go find Megan, movie's over. I think the last 20 minutes are the weakest part of the film. What has he done? He shot him. He killed him with a shotgun. He couldn't be arrested. Then he would do this again to another little girl. That that would have been like at the ending of the Silence of the Lambs that Clarice was the villain the whole time. I'd be like, no, that doesn't make any sense. High Tension pissed a lot of people off because instead of making the protagonist, they turned it into the antagonist, saying she did this the whole time. I'm like, yeah, screw you and your freaking European take on a Shyamalan twist. No, I don't want that. Not every protagonist is going to be the hero. I get it. With the Joker movie, we knew Arthur was the villain the whole time, but his story was interesting. Here, it's like Wincott dies, movie's over. You have to go. You shot him. He had a weapon. Me too. In self defense, you have to do what you have to do, man. You said, no, I know that. I know. There's another villain in the movie, which yeah, it comes out of nowhere. If the movie had ended here, it would have been fine. An hour and 20 minutes. You didn't need to go an hour and 43. It gets a little long at the end, and hold on. There's a rat or mouse. It's a mouse. Some people should not be on the internet if they're either underage or like little Sims is. Well, he was fine here. I'm just saying, or people that are have a disability. Yeah, some of them shouldn't be on here. If they can't express themselves in a normal way, don't come on here. It's almost 12. We're an hour and 21 minutes in. We're almost done. Mm-hmm. I can agree. It doesn't have to be the victim in the middle because she was already a victim in Unbelievable on Netflix a few years ago. Let her help with someone like a younger guy track down the killer. Exactly. And be sexy doing it. You don't have to be so grim. I mean, this movie was grim because, again, it came out in one of the worst years in American history at the end, even before COVID. Because this movie has 3 villains in it, and you didn't need 3. You only needed 1. What do you mean harassment? What are you talking about? I already told him to not come back. He's an idiot. If he flags this video, fine. I'm not gonna do a video tomorrow. Then I'll just postpone it to next week. I don't need it. I don't need it. He's an idiot. He shouldn't have done that. He should have known that I meant business. That wasn't my intention. I wasn't bullying him. I told him if you're gonna say weird stuff, don't come here. Plain and simple. You didn't know that. And this twist doesn't work. It just feels weak. If this video gets flagged, whatever. I said what I said. I'm just gonna cancel my podcast for tomorrow. I got to do the close anyway. You people take. I'm just gonna hide him. That's it. I don't want him on my podcast anymore. I've already made my decision. Hide this user on my channel. There. Now he can't bother me anymore. You wanna be a bitch about it? Then get out of my face. You. That's all I gotta say. People. Weak-minded people. Seriously, I'm not bullying anybody. People just take things too seriously. They do. You're not gonna cancel me, Classic Film Collector. You are hidden from my pad. You're banned. Fuck you. Okay. You're banned. If you can't take my podcast, get out of here. Okay? Get out of here. Reporting me I didn't even do anything. I told you I wasn't taking affiliations. And if you say weird shit, you're gone. Goodbye. Snapped. Fuck you. Okay? Josh, I have him. I don't need you. That's all I gotta say. Reporting my channel and I didn't do anything. I told you after 10 years of doing this, you're not gonna do nothing to me. There, I've spoken. I said I was going to snap you if you have anything to disagree with. So you're snapped. Goodbye. That's like reporting me to my other channels when I didn't say anything else. I'll show him a thing or two. It's not my fault. He can't handle the way he's trying to joke around. I blocked Classic Film Collector. I don't want to deal with him anymore. He's done, Little Sims. Anybody can be eliminated. You just say one thing that crosses me, and you're out. That's it. You're out. You're out. You're a kid. I can let you go. You're 14. I'll let it go. Josh, we're friends. I'm not going to block him. I disagree with you on certain things, but at least I can respect. Well, yeah, but you don't go on my stream to report me like this idiot did, and I'm sorry. He went too far. When you're joking around and you're not being fun, you're not paying attention. You're blocked. That's it. You're gone. You're like the spam. You're gone. I didn't threaten anybody here. I just said if you have a condition and you don't know how to talk normal, goodbye. Goodbye. I snap my fingers and you're blocked. That's it. It's that simple. I don't need any more stress. I've been through enough already. It's 12 degrees out and I have to deal with bullshit from this kid. No. I should have unfriended. I should have blocked them months ago. There. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm going to postpone my podcast for Anacondas. I'll just do it next week. This Twitch just doesn't work. I don't have enough burdens on my shoulders. Like just a few days ago, YouTube, Facebook got a stick up their ass saying that, oh, your picture's inappropriate. Well, it's deleted. I don't have to post anymore there. So people think I'm going to deal with their bullshit. I said no more. Okay, no more. You're blocked. You are never allowed to leave a comment on my videos again or report me because I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. What I say and what I do are two different things. You have no respect for people like him again. Josh is the same thing, and yet Josh is not disrespectful like he is. He's not doing emoticons. He's not doing emoticons and doing these stupid jokes that are not funny. You're banned, okay? You're banned. I have that privilege. Aces and eights. People just like to talk a lot of shit here, and I'm like, no, I'm tired of it. Be respectful or you're out. You say one thing that's offensive and you're gone. We're an hour and 29 minutes in. Maybe people like him shouldn't be around me because I told you I don't have any toleration for people like that are disrespectful to me. That they're like, I don't know what to say. No, Classic Film has a second account, so look out for him. I'm gonna block his ass. I don't want him. I don't want him. If he shows up in my videos again, I'm gonna report his dumb ass because I don't need it. Okay, I don't need it. He should have told me he was like that years ago. This twist just doesn't work. She trusted her. The twist just doesn't make any sense. I thought it was really forced. Because Michael Wincott got killed off. I'm just tired of dealing with certain people on here. I just don't want to. No more. I was gone for a while. I was moving stuff because the maintenance came to put carpets. That's fine, little Sim. See, you're doing something with your life, and you're young. This idiot should have never been on my podcast from the beginning. Nobody that like that should be on my channel because they're too intense. There was a girl on Facebook that said she was like that, and I was like, nope, I blocked her, and she can't bother me. Nobody like that is going to bother me again. If you're on the spectrum and you don't act normal, go away. Just leave me alone. That's what I meant. Got it? Just in case of the algorithm here is, oh, it's too controversial. I told you, no affiliations. Let me write it down. I'm not playing games. I do these podcasts to entertain you people, not for personal gain or to get views or whatever. I do this for the fun of it, because I could have just watched this movie alone and not even put the podcast on. Tomorrow I'm just going to cancel my podcast and save it for another day, because I can't do it tomorrow after what he put me through. We're almost done. An hour and 32 minutes. Yep, pop. Megan is young, but she's not stupid. Because when I said I was going to call the police, I didn't know you were 14, little Sims. I'm sorry. But with this kid, no. No more. No more. You're blocked. Michael is a better friend than him, and he's on Twitter. He doesn't have time for bullshit like this on YouTube. You can disagree with me. That's fine. But if you're going to be a dick, you're snapped. That's it. I don't have to have another reason. Okay? Be civil or get the hell out of my life. That's it. This twist just doesn't work for me. Because I liked Monica Potter's character, and then when she turns in 84 minutes into the movie, I'm like, why did they do that? Whatever. Who wrote the movie? Mark Moss. That's probably a twist in the book. I don't know. I didn't read the book. That's why I have a strict rule on my channel about people who are going to be rude or toxic. He was rude and saying some stupid shit in Ebonics that I don't understand, trying to make a joke. No, it's not funny. I don't like this twist either. Yeah, it took me out of the film a little bit, but it's fine. At least Alex doesn't die at the end. I don't have time for toxicity. Ace and ace, yeah. They always do, don't they? I'm not a bully because I never bullied an autistic kid in my life. But if you're 30 years old and you're acting like you're 12, fuck off, okay? I'm going to say that right now. Act your age or get out of my face. I don't talk in freaking in Ebonics. I don't talk like that. Mm-hmm. Yep. My movie, bitch. Yep. It's Morgan Freeman's movie. That's why he did two of them. And he was also in was he in a Jack Ryan movie too? Yeah, I think he was in Sum of All Fears, but he wasn't the lead in that. It was Ben Affleck. People need to be put in their place. That's it. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what affiliation you are. If you're not being civil, goodbye. That's it. I don't care if he unsubscribes to my channel. Just who needs him? Like I need you. I got over 300 people that believe in my channel that I entertain every day. Whether it's a video from this year, from 5 years ago, I'm here for a reason. And I'm not here to be preachy and be an asshole. No. What I say and what I do are two different things. Just doing this podcast was hard enough. I'm tired, and I did a lot of work this week. I've had to deal with the freezing weather. Hmm. It has a good ending though, even though the twist I think is stupid. But the ending at least is not downbeat because you're not gonna have Morgan Freeman doing like a bunch of action scenes. He's just gonna hold a gun because again he was older, even back in 2001. That's it. An hour and 37 minutes. That was the movie. Take the headphones off. So yeah, he's banned. No more of that. I don't need it. I don't want it. Yeah, Anna Maria Harsford. That was Vicky. She's in one scene because she was doing next Friday and Friday after next. So she was too busy to do this film. They walk off. Hey, Electric Dino, but you just made it. The movie's over. So you'll have to check out my next podcast in a couple of days. I'm going to push it to like next week. But be respectful in my next podcast. That's Along Came a Spider. Thanks for watching. The people that were respectful here. If this video gets flagged, hey, you know what I think about this movie. At least I got to rewatch it again. Nothing could take that away from me. Like I said, it still holds up. It's not too long either. It's under an hour and 40 without the end credits. So thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one in a couple of days. So, see ya.